Western Conference NBA playoffs. Round 1 continues. The Rockets come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Lakers. Round 1 of the NBA playoffs continues.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game 3 of this Western Conference first-round series. We're 2-0 so far, and we'll see if the home court advantage holds sway. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sideline. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's the great in at the 1. And for the Lakers, up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. Austin Reeves out there with Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center position. You take a look at Los Angeles. Even though they start this series in a hole, Greg, it wasn't entirely unexpected, but now at home, they have to put a W on the board.
And you know, Kevin, I look for them to be more comfortable here tonight. You often shoot better at home. Sometimes role players produce more at home. It's an environment and a crowd filled with energy that you're used to.
Thompson, a screen on Doncic. Here's the great, and he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the free throw line. The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And the first one drops.
Second team.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Doncic feeling it out. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Here's the great. Offline with his three. On the wing, and it falls over the rim and in. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Vincent's checked in for Austin Reeves. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Pass to Vincent. LeBron kicks to Vanderbilt. And here is Doncic. Over Brooks. No good from LeBron.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Houston shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. So they now lead by 1. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Doncic passes to Hayes. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Sengun. It's tipped. It's stolen by Vanderbilt. With the drive, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Lakers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
The first one falls. Hachimura is checked in for Vanderbilt. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. And so Vincent nails both of them. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Thompson outside. Pass to the great. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Houston. And it's Hachimura in the corner. Hachimura with a screen on Eason. James, money from the wing. James has got 5 points so far.
Looks like it could be a big night for him. Very strong start here in the first quarter.
Thompson, a screen on Doncic. Popped up there for Thompson. Hammers the alley-oop through. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Doncic. Hayes with the screen for Doncic. To the paint. And Hayes throws it down.
The orchestrator. Doncic knows where everyone is at all times and completely dictates the pace.
A shake. They get it back. Pass to the great. From deep. Buries the long-range jumper. 11 points in the game.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Here's Doncic. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün.
And so confident, even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Alperen Şengün. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Easton passes to the great. Pass to Smith. And some nice passing there by Houston. Shot clock at 5. Here's the great. And he goes big with the dunk right over Rui Hachimura.
A sometimes underrated playmaker, Green showing good patience and vision.
And it's Houston on the break. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Hachimura. The Rockets making the shot. Doncic. Rebound by Smith. Here's the great. He's got 15. Smith on the wing. Beyond the arc. And it's Luka with the rebound. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Lakers. It's a 5-point game. Connects from 3-point range. Doncic has got his 3rd basket of the night. For Houston, they've gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the great. Guarded by Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Green. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. The Rockets on top, up 4. 2K Sports, back in a moment here in Los Angeles. And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Houston?
Oh, boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
Also, they're getting into the teeth.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Şengün with a screen on Doncic. Oh, that's blocked.
Perfect timing by Hachimura. What a block.
Driving inside. Van Vliet outside. Pass to the great. Şengün with a screen on Doncic. Out to Brooks. Here's the great. Green passes to the great. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 18 points for the great.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Hachimura setting the pick for LeBron. And that one off the back of the rim and in. James has got 7 points.
Getting that little bit of help. James calls for the pick and roll, shake up the defense, and find himself a quality look.
And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Tari Eason's checked in for Houston.
Second team. Rockets substitution, number 17.
Green deciding where to go with it. Eason passes to Brooks. 6 to shoot. Fires from the wing. And a little luck that time, but it drops. The great's got 5 points now this quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Doncic with the bucket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's the great, guarded by Doncic.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Lakers trailed by 18. Pass to connect. LeBron James on the wing. Brooks covering. And it's Doncic missing.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
This is something that Goonie does well for his position, connecting on timely passes.
Back to LeBron. Doncic with it. 10 points for him. Hachimura kicks to Doncic, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Rockets. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Tari Eason. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Connect. No good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Here's the great, guarded by Doncic. And Şengün throws it down.
Şengün with the athleticism. I see you, big fella.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Here's the great. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Houston Rockets cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this.
Thanks for joining us for postseason basketball. Clearly, guys, the second half going to be a tough task for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Where's the perimeter D? I see no sense of urgency, and those boys are getting scorched.
Big fella, you might be able to guard the perimeter better right now.
Whoa. Let's take a step back.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Lakers. They're watching this series slip through their fingers. The first half, not the effort they were hoping for.
Oh, it's not looking great.
but you can't give up. I mean, you never know.
Ball till you fall. If it's me, I'm not quitting. You got to carry me out, Kenny.
Better bring a forklift.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round one. It's been one outstanding game from the great.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Outside, the wings are Reeves and James. Jackson Hayes is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Doncic in at the point. That's the Laker 5.
Continuing to improve that three-point shot. Green hits this one.
Reeves outside. Back to James. Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Okay, wow. Oh, man, LeBron James getting acrobatic, putting on a show. I see you, big fella.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Thompson outside. Off target from outside. And so Doncic will bring it up for Los Angeles. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Here's the great. Guarded by Doncic. Thompson passes to the great. Clock at 6. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Timeout called the Lakers.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. You can't be happy with that soft interior D.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. James. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Some things change, but LeBron stays the same. Still the same leader on the floor. The same player. It is truly impressive.
Knocked loose. Outside, Green. Here's the great. A three-pointer off the mark.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And they pick up 2.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
The great passes to Şengün. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. James outside. Hayes with the screen for LeBron. Here's the 3. That one is good again. He's 6 right from the floor with the basket.
Okay, so they've looked energized and focused starting this half. Coming out of the break, making 4 out of their first 5.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And the basket by the great.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Reeves, that's a 2-pointer. No good off the front iron.
I guess we can credit the defense for that one going wide.
Whoa, look out! Look out!
Wow, okay, I see you.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Pass to Hayes. Now Reeves. Reeves with the screen on Brooks. LeBron with the bucket. James has got 10 points in just the second half.
He's doing everything he can. If they want to win, others have to step up and provide some scoring.
And Şengün throws it down.
Superb movement in the screen and roll. Gotta reward Şengün for that.
Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Pass to Vanderbilt. Now here's Doncic, guarded by Green. Reeves outside. Misses the three.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Thompson against LeBron. Here's the great. It's good from long range. The great's got 32 points. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Rockets.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And they've also shown great effort defensively tonight. They closed out on shooters and really got their hands up on multiple shots.
The Lakers making a switch here. Hachimura's checked in. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Thompson against Hachimura. LeBron left side. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. James has got 13 points now in the quarter.
He knocked one deep ball in the first half, but you start to get the feeling he's finding his rhythm out there now. And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you, owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
Here's Hachimura. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Hachimura is always ready to go into that overdrive inside and fight you for it.
The Lakers have shot 6 of 7 at the line. Some changes for the Lakers. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Jackson Hayes. And it's Connect in for James. Rockets leading by 20. There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. What a terrific move that was. 34 points for the great.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
The 3 for Doncic. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And we know Doncic has limitless range, but for him, it's about becoming more consistent from deep.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
LA has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Doncic, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Vanderbilt comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Luka Doncic. Lakers trail by 21. Reeves finds Vanderbilt. Back to Reeves. Pass to Hachimura. On the mark with the 15-footer. Hachimura's got 4 points now in the quarter.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. This has been a one-sided matchup, and I don't see any signs of it lessening. And we'll be back with you shortly. NBA playoffs, round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. The Lakers shooting is, and Los Angeles with some changes. Hayes, he's checked in for Rui Hachimura. Austin Reeves comes in for LeBron. And Doncic is subbed in for Vincent. And then for Houston, Şengün's checked in for Jabari Smith. Thompson comes in for Green, and the great subbed in for Fred VanVleet. So on the floor for Houston, we've got the great. Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Ooh, that's his third 3 of the half after putting up a pair before halftime. Fantastic shooting display from him.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Brooks. Here's the great. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Stolen. And it's Houston on the break. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnovers.
And there's no defense for that. Live ball turnovers, they are the worst.
Reeves outside. Pass to connect. Looking to end the run. That one misses.
They are losing because he is struggling so bad, and he has not.
Oh, my
wow.
goodness.
Man.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. LeBron's checked in for connect. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Green's checked in. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Doncic dishes to LeBron. And it's blocked.
Rejected by Brooks. Part of why he's stuck as a second rounder. Dillon gives great effort on defense.
Here's the great James defending. From 12 feet out. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Here's the great. And here's Brooks from outside. Drills the three-pointer.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Reeves, that's a two-pointer. Buries the jump shot.
And game 3 will go in the record books here. Lots of energy out there tonight and an important win for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this series has really gone their way.
Yeah, it looks like a sweep. Maybe in.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but seals the deal. As strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference Playoffs. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. And now, our player of the game, the great